From the moment light first touched this piece of earth, human beings have felt a compelling urge to transform nature into objects of purpose and beauty. There is something almost transcendent about the way a simple piece of wood, hewn from a tree that once reached to the sky, can be shaped by human hands into a creation that serves daily life and elevates it. On HopeTube today, we explore this timeless dialogue between nature and craft, weaving a narrative that unites ancient inspiration with modern creativity, and uncovering the essence of wooden side table design that is at once fast to produce, highly profitable in market appeal, and deeply rooted in artistic legacy. Imagine a workshop at dawn, where the air is still quiet and the first golden rays filter through dusty windows. Long boards of hardwood lie stacked like pages waiting to be written upon. The scent of sawdust, rich and earthy, fills the space, whispering promises of transformation. This is where stories begin, stories that are not told with words, but with form, proportion, and texture. In every grain there is history, in every knot there is character, and in every curve there is possibility. The craft of making a wooden side table is not merely about building furniture. It is about forging connections between the ancient rhythms of the natural world and the modern rhythms of human life. When we speak of ancient design, we speak of forms that have endured not because they were simple, but because they were right. Long before contemporary aesthetic trends guided our eyes, artisans in distant civilizations shaped wood by instinctive understanding of balance, harmony, and meaning. They understood that a simple platform raised on legs could be more than a surface. It could be a silent ambassador of beauty in a room. They knew that proportions rooted in natural geometry had a profound effect on the human spirit, and they shaped pieces that, though created out of necessity, carried within them an emotional resonance that modern design often overlooks. In the heart of these ancient visions are principles that still speak to us today. The side table, modest in scale yet rich in potential, is an ideal canvas for expressing these ideas. It is an object that sits beside us in moments of rest and contemplation, beside chairs where we gather for conversation, and beside beds where we end and begin each day. Because it inhabits such intimate spaces, it invites a deeper connection between material, form, and function. There is a design philosophy that suggests every piece of furniture must have a story, and the best stories arise when the maker honors both tradition and innovation. To create a wooden side table that is both ancient in inspiration and fresh in execution, one must think in long lines and subtle curves, in the interplay of light and shadow, and in the seamless marriage of structure and grace. Such a piece draws the eye not through ornamentation, but through the quiet confidence of its presence. Its shape invites touch. Its surfaces seem to resonate with memory and possibility. In the pursuit of designs that are fast to build and highly profitable, it would be easy to sacrifice depth for speed, but the wise maker understands that profit built on aesthetic integrity is far more enduring. The trick is not to rush quality, but to work with clarity of purpose, so that every cut, every joint, and every finish emerges from intentional design rather than rushed improvisation. In doing so, a maker creates a side table that can be built efficiently without losing the soul of craftsmanship. To begin imagining such a table, let the wood itself be your first teacher. Notice how its grain flows like rivers across the board, how its color shifts with light, and how its texture invites contact. There are species of wood whose visual warmth can set a room aglow, drawing attention without demanding it. Whether it is walnut with its deep, resonant tones, maple with its pale, luminous grain, or cherry with its gentle, rosy warmth, each species carries within it a personality that lends character to the finished piece. Consider the shape of the tabletop, for it is the face of the table, the place where life happens. Rather than defaulting to rigid right angles, allow yourself to explore soft transitions, gentle curves, and proportions that feel comfortable to the eye. In ancient design traditions, artisans often looked to nature for guidance, echoing the organic forms of leaves, river stones, and hillsides, not as literal replicas, but as subtle inspirations that brought harmony and balance to their creations. A table with softly rounded edges can invite a hand to rest upon it. A rectangular top, with corners eased into gentle curves, can exude calm refinement. Below this surface, The legs of the table provide not just support but silent narrative. The way they rise from floor to top can speak of sturdiness or elegance, fluidity or architectural precision. In some ancient workshops, legs were shaped with subtle tapering, narrowing toward the bottom so that the table seemed to stand lightly but securely, its presence assured yet unobtrusive. In other traditions, stress was placed on robust, squared forms that conveyed strength and permanence. Both approaches have market appeal. The key is that the design must feel coherent, as though every part belongs to a single vision. As you work with wood, remember that efficiency and dignity can coexist. Ancient makers often shaped their tools to fit their hands. Modern makers shape their methods to fit both hand and meaning. In the workshop, you might choose to use techniques that honor old ways, hand scraping, careful chamfering, subtle sanding, alongside strategic use of modern tools that help maintain precision and speed. What matters most is not the technology used, but the intentionality behind every mark placed upon the wood. When the table begins to take form, its emerging silhouette will already suggest how it wants to be finished. Some tables invite a simple natural oil that imbues the wood with warmth and depth, allowing grain and texture to speak without interruption. Others call for a clear protective coat that provides resilience against wear without dimming the wood's innate glow. The finish is not a separate step. It is part of the table's declaration of identity, a final brushstroke that brings harmony to the entire piece. In creating these designs with an eye toward profitability, imagine how your audience will interact with the finished table. People are drawn to objects that feel like gifts of comfort, objects that inspire stories in their own right. When they place a cup upon its surface, the action should feel rhythmic and natural. When they rest a hand upon its edge, the touch should feel smooth and familiar. Such qualities transcend trend. They speak to human needs that are timeless. As you present a wooden side table to the world, you are offering more than a functional object. You are offering a vessel of daily experience. You are offering a piece that holds moments, the soft opening of a book, the gentle clink of spoon against cup, the reflection of morning light on grain, and in doing so, you are placing beauty at the heart of everyday life. This is what gives such creations their enduring appeal and why customers often find themselves drawn to them again and again. Now imagine your finished piece standing in a beautifully lit room, the wood's surface catching light and casting subtle shadows across its legs. It does not announce itself with loud ornamentation, but it holds space with quiet assurance. Friends and family admire it not because it shouts, but because it feels right. Its proportions invite attention. Its presence invites peace. This is the ancient lineage of design made relevant for today, a lineage that places human experience at the center of aesthetic consideration. As the maker, your relationship with such a table begins long before its completion. It begins in the moment you choose your wood, in the decisions you make about form and proportion, and in the care you bring to every join and finish. In weaving these elements together, you participate in a lineage of craft that stretches back through time and reaches forward into the homes of those who will live with your work. Your table becomes a bridge between what has been and what will be, a testament to the enduring resonance of thoughtful design. And that is where the journey truly begins, for every beginning invites expansion and every crafted object engages conversation. With each new table you shape, you are invited to explore deeper questions about form, material, and purpose, and in doing so, you refine not only your craft, but your understanding of beauty itself.